mummy's with the maggots now.
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff.
Well, hi there.
Hello, and welcome to Would You Die, the show where... Hey, I'm the pale man. I'm Austin Torres.
And I'm Anneliese Petersburg.
I don't speak Spanish. There was no quote I could do for this one. And I was going through the IMDb quotes real quick. One, yes, I'm Mexican. I don't speak Spanish, so no quotes popped into my brain. You know, I was too busy reading. I was going through on IMDb. All the quotes were in English, and they were sad.
I mean, yeah. It's a sad movie.
Also, hi, we're talking about Pan's Labyrinth today.
Also, that's not a thing that is said because the pale man doesn't speak. Anyway.
But if he did.
I guess.
If he did, he'd be like, hey, I'm the fucking pale man. Nom nom.
I'm sorry. You think that a film 44 Spain would have just some guy from Long Island in it?
That's the pale man.
Okay. Anyway.
I swear, I've seen a guy, and no.
No, go ahead. Tell your anecdote.
I think the audience wants us to talk about Pan's Labyrinth.
Okay. So, for those of you who haven't seen it, obviously spoilers, but in 1944, Spain, 10-year-old Ophelia travels with her pregnant mother to meet Captain Vidal, her new stepfather. While there, she meets a fairy who leads Ophelia into an ancient stone labyrinth where Pan the faun is there to meet her and give her 3 tasks.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yes. So for some historical context, because this movie is actually, despite the fact that obviously this is a horror movie podcast and we're kind of playing fast and loose with what horror is, this is technically considered a dark fantasy, but I think dark fantasy fits into horror pretty well. It's the dark in dark fantasy. But the movie, I'm sorry, I can't do this. I can hear it through your speakers, like the delay.
Sorry.
So dark fantasy fits pretty well into the horror genre. It's the dark in dark fantasy. Pan's Labyrinth is in Spanish El Labyrinto del Fauno, or literally the Labyrinth of the Faun. So this story takes place in Francois, Spain, which is a real period in Spanish history. It is known as the Franco dictatorship because Francisco Franco took over during the Spanish Civil War. The Spanish Civil War was 1936 to 1939. 1944 is when Pan's Labyrinth takes place. It is, even though the Civil War is technically over, it is a period of time in Spanish history kind of characterized by this kind of guerrilla warfare happening against Franco. And this is a very central part to the story because other than the Labyrinth stuff, we have Captain Vidal, who is a captain in Franco's army and is sent to this kind of remote, woodsy part of Spain to dispose of the local guerrilla warfare. And honestly, as much as like the dark fantasy is a huge part of it, a lot of the horror elements are coming from Captain Vidal himself.
Right.
So that's kind of our historical context. Del Toro, who directed, wrote, produced this movie, kind of was inspired to make a parable inspired by fairy tales and also inspired by this time in Spanish history. He considers it a spiritual successor to The Devil's Backbone, which is a gothic horror film that he directed, which is set during the Spanish Civil War. So this is kind of the aftermath of that as well. It premiered at Cannes. It received a 22-minute long standing ovation, which is the longest in festival history.
Who's timing this?
I don't know. I'm just here.
Who can clap for 20? I mean, I'm glad it's this one and not like Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
so.
that's a good. I like that movie, but geez, 20 minutes, okay.
It had a theatrical release in Spain and Mexico in October of 2006, distributed by Warner Brothers, and since then has become kind of a cult classic worldwide. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's your historical context. What is your personal connection with this movie?
So, I love Guillermo del Toro.
Yes, you do. I didn't know that.
I love my fellow Mexicans. I love my fellow filmmakers. I love my fellow Mexican filmmakers. So it pains me to say that prior to the other day, I have never seen this movie.
That's so wild to me, actually.
It's pretty popular.
Yeah.
And I was aware of the imagery. It was a film that since it came out was always around.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it came out in 2006. I would have been 12, 13 at the time. So I remember when it seeing I think it became known here in the States when the Oscar race started happening, because Pan's Labyrinth was nominated and I believe won a few Oscars in that year.
Yes, it was nominated for 6 and won 3.
And I think because of that, it got the attention of United States moviegoers.
Mm-hmm.
And because of it being such a dark, fantastical film, it hit home with a lot of people who otherwise wouldn't have watched a foreign language film.
Yeah.
I also think that Spanish films are more easily digestible to United States audiences. One, because there's a lot of Latinos in the States who speak Spanish, but just because I just feel like Spanish language content does better than other languages in the States. But yeah, I've never seen this movie. And then I watched it.
That's so surprising to me that you had never seen it, to be honest. This is the second Guillermo del Toro movie we've covered on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
First being Crimson Peak. I love Crimson Peak, as you know. I am the one who picked out that movie. You hadn't seen that one either.
No, I had seen it once.
Oh, you had seen it once. I forgot. Yeah,
But I had to watch it because Amanda Buckhalter, who's a actress here in Michigan, she was on Would You Die back when I was doing interviews. She picked Crimson Peak, and I had never seen it before she picked it.
Before that, it's just surprising to me, I guess, that you hadn't gone and watched Crimson Peak. Or this one independently.
Well, I had to buy. Well, I didn't have to buy it. I had to rent or buy, but I had to pay money.
I mean, that's fair. But you like Guillermo del Toro.
I do. I haven't seen all of his movies though.
Which ones? Okay, can we go through the list just because this is Guillermo? Which ones have you seen? So we've got Kronos.
I haven't seen it.
Mimic.
I haven't seen it.
Devil's Backbone.
I haven't seen it.
Blade 2.
Yes.
Hellboy.
Yes.
Now you've seen Pan's Labyrinth. Hellboy
Yes.
2, The Golden Army.
Yes.
Pacific Rim.
Yes.
Okay, love Pacific
Multiple times.
Crimson Peak.
Yes.
Shape of Water.
Yes.
Nightmare Alley.
Yes.
Pinocchio.
No.
Frankenstein.
Yes.
Okay. So you've seen at least more of his recent ones.
I've seen more than I thought I did, actually.
Yeah.
But I still have a lot of blind spots in his older filmography.
I also have a lot of blind spots in his older filmography. I don't think I have not enjoyed a Guillermo del Toro movie. There are definitely some that I like better than others, but I don't think that there's been one where I've been like, you know what, that wasn't for me. So yeah, love him.
Yeah.
What's your personal connection, Anneliese? I'm really glad you asked. So for
I'm
those,
sorry.
it's okay. I'm sorry. That was mean.
You were giving me a look because I was nodding with you, and I thought you were gonna say something else. I didn't realize you were waiting for me to.
I I was for sure
Lead
waiting
you
for
into-
you, but that's okay.
I'm sorry. I thought, yeah. I'm in a labyrinth right now.
That's hilarious.
Pan.
So I really enjoy dark fantasy in general.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorite genres. I really like a lot of dark fantasy. So I watched Pan's Labyrinth for the first time when I was in probably early high school, and I haven't seen it in a number of years recently, but that was one that I was watching like once every 6 months for a while. You know, like it's one of those that like once it gets you, it can become an obsession really, really quickly. So I think it may have been, maybe not. Maybe there's one really obvious one that I'm missing or something, but I think it may have been my first foreign film that I ever watched. So, you know, that's kind of cool. And yeah, I was really obsessed with fairy tales and fantasy in general, but dark fantasy specifically. So
I think my first foreign language film was probably a Godzilla movie.
yeah, that makes sense. As far as Guillermo del Toro goes, like I said, since we're doing it, I'll go through the list. I have seen pretty much all the ones that you have seen, except for Nightmare Alley. I've never seen Nightmare Alley, but I've seen all of the other ones. Hellboy was another one that, like, because I was really into superhero movies. So Hellboy was another one that I was really obsessed with as a kid as well.
I didn't watch Hellboy as a kid. I was older when I watched it.
Jeremy, what about you? What's your personal connection with this movie, with Guillermo del Toro in general?
So with Guillermo del Toro, let's start there. I don't really think I've seen much of his.
Do you want me to list off the movies again?
Yeah, go for it one more time.
So we have Kronos from 1992.
No.
Mimic from 97.
No.
Devil's Backbone, 2001.
No.
Blade 2.
No.
Hellboy?
I have seen Hellboy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Pan's Labyrinth, you've seen.
Yep.
Hellboy 2.
No.
Pacific Rim.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crimson Peak. We
Yes, I want to say.
watched
I've
it
seen
for the
that. Yeah.
podcast. You did.
Bruh.
Did I watch it? I don't know if I watched that.
No,
one
you
with
did. I made you.
remember this
The Shape of Water.
Was that the?
Yeah, she fucks a fish.
Yeah, that one. Yep.
Yay! I love.
Same. Nightmare Alley.
No.
Pinocchio.
I want to say yes, but I'm not 100%.
The 2022 version.
Oh, I don't think so.
And Frankenstein.
No, I haven't caught it
Yeah,
yet.
you haven't gotten that one yet.
I saw that one in theaters.
Theater. So, I almost said not a huge fan of Guillermo. That's not what I mean. But I'm not like, I don't really go out of my way to see his movies or anything. I don't dislike him. I've liked everyone I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't know much about him. When we put this one on the calendar, I was like, I think I've seen this. I'm pretty sure. And I kept telling you guys, like, yeah, I remember, like, I feel like I've seen it when I was young because my sister was really obsessed with it. And it turns out that this is not the movie Labyrinth starring David Bowie from the 80s.
No. We're doing this for Around the World month.
Yeah, but, like, you gotta understand, when my sister was obsessed with Labyrinth starring David Bowie from the 80s, I wasn't, like, I wasn't, like, consuming media yet. So I saw that movie and was like, that movie's weird and kind of trippy and scary to me. And I didn't know anything about it other than that. So when you guys were like, for our horror movie podcast, like, we're going to watch Pan's Labyrinth, I was like, that makes sense. That movie freaked me the fuck out. And it wasn't that one. But, so.
And in fairness, Pan's Labyrinth gives older sister would be obsessed with this in 2006 vibes.
Right.
Yep.
So
Does. Ask me how I know.
So I definitely did not see this movie, but we watched it for the first time, or I watched it for the first time yesterday in preparation for this. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was sad. I think I think there are horror elements to this movie. I think that this is debatable whether or not I think it necessarily fits into horror neatly.
But it fits better than some other films.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Absolutely.
So I had no problem.
Yeah.
Though I did think it was going to be more horror than it ended up being.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I liked it a lot.
Sorry that happened to you.
Oh, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think like we those of you who are listening to that, when does this come out?
2006?
No,
Oh.
when does this podcast
The
episode come out?
podcast episode. I think I meant the movie.
The
That's
third
my bad.
Wednesday of June. I don't remember what date.
The
that is.
17th.
The 17th.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, we had a nice discussion during a different event that we did for our podcast where we talked about, is it horror, is it not horror?
Oh.
And I feel like that conversation was really a fun one, and we've kind of talked about it a little bit on episodes of this podcast as well, where horror is, there are some elements that like definitively make something horror, but horror in and of itself and the feeling of terror and fright and fear are subjective to each person's experience. And this movie, there are moments in this movie where I'm watching it and I know, even like now I watched it, I was like, ugh, or like visually, like, and then parts of this movie where even like just psychologically and the situationally, you're like, this is horrifying. So
Listen,
yeah.
I think if we can cover Teen Wolf on this podcast, we can cover Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the same person picked both films. And
Well-
I'm not pointing fingers.
That's true. One person on this podcast also picked Indiana Jones and also Red Eye.
And one person is about to fight the fucking other right now.
I think the two hot take. I think the two episodes that I pick have more horror elements than the two episodes that we just brought up. That's all. Moving on.
That's a hot take because it's wrong.
Well, one of those movies had a fucking werewolf in it, so.
The other one had a dude ripping off another man's still beating heart.
And the other one had Cillian Murphy, right? No?
Yep.
Yeah, Cillian Murphy.
That's the scariest one.
He's no Kevin Costner.
Uh,
Okay, anyway. Getting into...
Kevin Costner month coming soon.
we should do a K-Cost month.
We should not. I can't do it. So getting into kind of our monthly theme, which is this around the world theme.
Mm-hmm.
I think this one is probably the most uniquely poised to be in this month, because not only is it like, it's not just a film that was made in a foreign country, it is a film that specifically talks about the history and requires historical context for that country.
Right.
Which is, I think, makes it a really good fit. Whether or not you want to agree that it's horror, we can talk about that another time. But
to your point, the Deep Red and Audition, they were films made of their time in their time. They weren't they were present day films of when they were made.
yes.
Next week's, I'm not going to spoil it, but next week's episode is the same thing.
Yeah.
This is the only period piece of the month.
It is. And as with most period pieces, you have to kind of hit that, like, knowing the historical context. Now, I didn't know a ton about, like, Francois Spain. Like, I didn't know anything really about I knew the Spanish Civil War happened, but I didn't know what it was about. I didn't really even know they were under a fascist dictatorship at any point in time. However, that being said, I was still able to watch the movie and enjoy it.
Right.
But when you're going into it from an analytical standpoint, like, that is different. You gotta do that historical digging. And something that I think is very interesting and cool is the juxtaposition between our main character Ophelia and Captain Vidal. I'm going to start at the end, and then we can kind of go back and talk about the build up to this.
So spoilers in case you haven't seen Pan's Labyrinth. And normally I make a joke, well, it's 20 years. It actually turns 20 years old this year. So that wasn't on my mind when we picked it. So yay. 20 years. Normally I make a joke, but foreign language films are a little harder to access sometimes. Case in point, I had to pay money to watch this one.
This is so funny. It's just, it goes to show you, like, the expansive physical media collection that Austin has. Because he was like, you guys, I had to pay money for this. And I was like, you haven't been paying money this whole time?
I own most of these.
I swear to God, at least one of the 2 movies that we record every week, we have to pay for usually.
That makes me
But
sad.
Austin doesn't.
Austin really like that. Like, you guys are getting paid?
Except for the opposite, yeah.
You guys are paying?
You guys are paid?
So
I know you're not getting paid.
So Captain Vidal and Ophelia have this kind of juxtaposition. I'm going to read a quote from Sergei Lopez because I think it's really interesting. He actually, there's a couple of quotes, but the first one that I want to read is Lopez's character analysis of Captain Vidal. He says, "He is the most evil character I've ever played in my career. It is impossible to improve upon it. The character is so solid and so well written. Vidal is deranged, a psychopath who is impossible to defend." So I'm going to talk about actually the beginning and the end of the movie because I think these 2 acts are juxtaposed really beautifully. Captain Vidal has a moment at the very beginning of the movie where his men have apprehended 2 local farmers. Mm-hmm. And he is accusing them of being part of the guerrilla movement that is trying to take down the dictatorship. And because one of them shot a gun. And it's a father and son duo, and the son is like, "No, my dad just shot it because we were hunting rabbits. Like, nothing is happening. We're not doing anything badly." And Captain Vidal kills them so brutally. He stabs the son in the face several times, shoots the father in the neck twice, and then opens up their bag, digs through it, and finds 2 dead rabbits. It's brutal. It's senseless. There's no reason for spilling the innocent blood. And then he basically just reprimands his soldiers for wasting his time and said, "You should have searched him properly before you wasted my time." At the very end of the movie, Ophelia is given a choice. She is told by the faun that she is Princess Moana, who is not the one that we know from like Motunui and Dwayne The Rock Johnson, the other one.
I am Moana.
I was singing that the whole time. She is told that she is the reincarnation of the princess of the underworld, and that she has to complete these 3 tasks. And the last task that she is told to do is to spill the blood of an innocent. She needs to, and not even like a lot of blood. She's literally told, you can prick your little brother, your baby brother, on the finger and spill a couple of drops and you will get to return to the underworld. Mm-hmm. And she says no. She says, absolutely not. I will never do that. She then ends up being killed brutally by Captain Vidal and spills her own blood. And because of that choice, because of the decision not to spill innocent blood, she gets to be reunited with her family in the underworld. And I think that juxtaposition between the horrible Captain Vidal, who has no problem shedding innocent blood, no problem with innocent life. He doesn't care when he kills Ophelia. He doesn't care when he kills those 2 people who are completely innocent. He doesn't care about anything, really. And Ophelia, who cares so deeply about her baby brother, despite the fact that she lost her mother in childbirth. Her baby brother is Captain Vidal's son. She could have been spiteful and angry and mean, and she just simply wasn't. And I think that is so... I think it's a really beautiful sentiment to show this brutality, not just with the historical context of what is going on with the fascist regime, but to juxtapose that with the innocence of a child is a really brilliant thing that I think Guillermo del Toro did there.
And Guillermo del Toro has said a couple times how like he wanted this to be kind of like a fairy tale. And there's a lot of fairy tale aspects to it. Fairy tales are dark.
Yes.
Fairy tales are, from my understanding, meant to kind of introduce children to dark themes so they can learn to cope with the world. And that's what I'm not necessarily saying Pan's Labyrinth is a children's film, but it does kind of carry that fairy tale tradition. And while it's not necessarily a children's film, it is a film about a child who has to cope through these dark fascism and cruelty and whatnot. and copes with these through like these real world fears, and they're manifested through the Pan's Labyrinth.
Right.
Is what I'm trying to say. The monsters and the fairies, that's kind of like a manifestation of the real world horrors Ophelia is facing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. I didn't really think of it from that lens, but I think you're right.
Also, I have to say real quickly, I didn't realize Captain Vidal, he stabbed that one dude in the face.
Yeah, like repeatedly.
No, I thought he was punching him. I didn't see the nut.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
missed.
he was...
I missed the knife, so I just thought he was punching him in the face and I'm just like, damn.
Yeah, I think that adds a lot of the horror element that we're looking for.
But even then, not to go on it, horror or not, violence isn't always horror, even if the violence is horrific.
I think that's subjective.
But I'm saying from genre standpoints, Schindler's List is horrific, but it's not horror. So, what I'm just saying from a genre lens.
I think there's a difference between a mass tragedy that actually happened versus a specific act of violence that didn't, as far as we know.
But what I'm saying is, what makes a film horror or not doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the content. It has to do with tone and the cinematic language. For genre and film structure, more like those technical film aspects.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. I think that the language is there in this movie, in specific scenes.
And yeah, but not that. I don't think it's that scene where
Okay.
I think that's more like a shocking violence. That's more of a character, not really a horror scene. More of a character. Like it's violent. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to underplay it. But Guillermo del Toro does something similar in Crimson Peak with the death of the father.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very similar scene. But I think where Pan's Labyrinth kind of differs from Crimson Peak, which is more a traditional horror,
Mm-hmm.
is Pan's Labyrinth, is like you said, plays more into those dark fantasies. But when it's in the quote-unquote real world, it really plays like a period drama.
Mm-hmm.
And
Crimson Peak isn't considered a horror either.
but I think Del Toro's leaning with horror techniques in
Okay.
that one a little more. This one, he's making it more realistic,
Mm-hmm.
which weirdly to me makes it less horror.
Yeah, I can see that. I understand what you're saying.
And I'm not trying to say this is, like, because this is, I don't know if that's based off of a real life event that like occurrence, but stories like that happen during these real times.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Mm-hmm.
And Pan's Labyrinth is really interesting to me because when I was watching it, I felt it was more like a Schindler's List or more like a Zone of Interest or 12 Years a Slave,
Mm-hmm.
which objectively have horrific things happening. But they're so real that those are not horror scenes, you know.
Right.
But that being said, Pan's Labyrinth has the Pale Man, and that's a horror scene.
Yeah, that one for sure is. That one's pretty objective.
Right. But I think Pan's Labyrinth is a very unique movie in this regard. And it's more at home on this horror podcast than some other movies we've both collectively have picked.
Yeah, I would agree.
So I got no, if I was playing the horror or not, I would lean more to this overall being horror.
Mm-hmm.
Though that particular scene, I'm just like, it was so brutal. I'm like, it stopped being, that was just real.
Yeah.
that was just history, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Horror is, to me, a lot of times is an escape.
So, I don't know. I'm not sure even where to pivot from this because there's so much that we can talk about, and we really haven't even talked about like the fantastical elements of it yet. I mean, we've like alluded to it, like you said, the Pale Man and everything, but I guess we can start there. So let's talk about her 3 tasks and kind of the fantastical elements. So one of the scenes that I find to be, we won't call it horror, we'll call it the dark part of dark fantasy, but one of the scenes I find to be kind of grotesque and show like the kind of grotesque part of fairy tales, which I think like this fits very well into like a Grimm brother, you know what I mean, where maybe it's not horror but you can see a horror movie kind of out of it, is when Ophelia meets the first fairy. The fairy is actually a large bug, and she shows the picture of the fairy in her storybook to the bug, and he like, or she shape shifts her entire body and like kind of contorts her entire body until she looks like the fairy in the book, which I find to be kind of grotesque but beautiful in that Ophelia recognized her as a fairy even though she didn't look like what she had been told fairies looked like.
Right.
If that makes sense. So her first task, which she gets from the faun, which, by the way, this is not a new thing to say because, you know, everything is been already, like, talked about here. But the animatronics and the puppetry that goes on in some of the scenes are insane. Like, that faun is a giant puppet.
That's Doug Jones in it, right? Mm-hmm. I thought it was a suit.
It's part suit, part puppet. So they used some scenes where he's walking. It is a puppet, and some are just the suit. And so yes, it is Jones in the suit. He would sit for 5 hours in the chair to apply the makeup. The horns weighed 10 pounds. He was on lifts and the legs of the faun attached, and then yeah, it's just a whole thing, whole production. And then, like, obviously the flapping ears and the blinking eyes, that's all puppetry and stuff like that. So
You didn't actually have those?
no, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Damn. Yeah. I did like the faun, who I guess is named Pan.
Yeah,
So it's his labyrinth.
it is his labyrinth.
Why didn't they say that in the movie? The whole time I'm like, who the fuck's Pan?
Because it's in the original translation.
I didn't know that.
Listen,
I
I
was
don't know
watching
why
the
it's called
movie.
Pan's Labyrinth, but if you know who Pan is, then
I didn't. They didn't say his name.
But
They always called him the faun.
Pan's like a real god,
Or Elfano.
like Pan the god.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
But anyways, he's the faun.
he's a faun.
Anneliese told me this before recording.
Sorry.
I had a whole bit like, who was Pan? And no, I had to scrap the whole thing.
Sorry.
I guess that's on me for being culturally ignorant.
That's on me for not telling you, I guess.
Yeah, you've been my podcast co-host long enough. You should know what I can and can't comprehend.
That's fair. I should have known. That's on me. So, yeah, so the effects are phenomenal, but Pan, or the faun, gives her these 3 tasks. The first task is to go feed a frog these magic rocks, and then he pukes out a key. Pretty crazy. And then we get to the Pale Man.
Hooray.
And this is where I just, listen, I don't advocate violence against children. I don't think it's a good thing. Did I want to slap her across the face during this scene? Just a little bit.
She was hungry.
Given 2 rules. 2 rules. She was told, hey, don't eat anything on the table. He's going to kill you. She was told that. And then you have to leave before the sand runs out in the hourglass. Now, here's the thing.
Dun dun.
Here's the other thing. she gets there. She's been told under no uncertain circumstances should you eat any of this dude's food, right?
Mm-hmm.
She is looking at murals all around the walls of him eating babies.
Yep.
And instead of being like, hey, I need to like get in, get out, and like get gone, I'm going to stop and eat a couple grapes. What are we talking about?
What are we doing here?
What's going on?
My favorite is like at the end of that scene, she goes, "I didn't think he'd notice." I was like, "He was right there."
Yeah, he didn't have eyes though.
Yeah, but he was right there.
That's fair.
She didn't know if he could hear or not. Listen. If you're going to put a child in a room full of snackies and expect them not to have one little snacky, that's on you.
But she could just not do that.
She's a child.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
A child.
the kids in Jurassic Park, they ate all those treats when they saw their buffet table, and raptors were hunting them.
I hear you. I feel like it's different. It's not
It's
like
very different. They didn't know the raptors were hunting
I was
them.
gonna say they didn't know they were there, and also it's not like they were told, "Hey, if you eat this shit, the raptors are coming. They're gonna get you."
That's very fair. Yes. Yes.
And that's all I'll say about that. I wanted to smack her, but anyway. So she gets back, and the fawn/pan is like, "Hey,
He wanted to smack her.
you not only killed some of my fairies,
Right.
which is
I felt
fucked
bad
up.
about that.
I was sad, but also, I don't think I can trust you to rule the country, or rule the underworld anymore. So I'm not even like, I forget it. We're just gonna fade into obscurity.
Right.
Like that's how mad he was. He was so willing to just be like, you know what?
He literally
I don't
was
want to
like,
do this.
"Bye, bitch. I'm out."
Yeah, he didn't say that, but
Literally. How do you know? Do you speak Spanish?
I have subtitles.
Fuck. So back to the pale man.
Yeah,
He pale.
He was indeed a pale man.
he was a pale man.
I like that he had to pick up his eyes. And then he just
put 'em
uses
in there?
Yep.
It was
That's like
fun.
me when I put on my glasses in the morning.
Oh, that's
And he's like
funny.
me for real, because if someone ate my grapes, I'm just going to eat them.
Oh, okay.
Don't touch my food, I don't share.
Also, complete side note. Ivana Baquero Macias, who plays Ophelia, it's just the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
I know. She's in a movie called Black Friday, which also has horror favorites like Bruce Campbell and Devon Sawa.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a alien invasion movie, but it takes place in like a toy store on Black Friday.
Fun.
It's like a smaller indie horror flick. It's really fun. I'd cover it on here if I could find the right month for it. There's obviously not that many Black Friday movies.
I will do the work for this.
Okay.
Anyway.
But it's a good movie. I really like that movie.
Yeah.
It just came out a few years ago.
Should we talk about the cultural impact that this movie has had?
Well, it's not the Bowie one.
That's true.
I mean, I still feel like it's had quite a bit of cultural impact.
No, it definitely has.
Not only did it obviously help with Guillermo del Toro's career, obviously he was doing Hellboy, but kind of, I think the reason that I would consider this, or at least consider this like a gateway horror, is because of the fact that Guillermo del Toro does horror now. And I think this kind of pushed him to like further in that direction. It was definitely not the only horror that he had done at this point, but like
he never really strayed, because Kronos Mimic and Devil's Backbones are all horror, and then his superhero movies, Blade 2 and
right. But I meant in the mainstream. Like this was kind of pushing him further towards that in the mainstream.
well, I would say this is kind of like the film that put him in the main, because you could say Blade 2 and Hellboy and others, those are mainstream movies, but I don't think people cared who directed them.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you now.
So, like,
I got you now.
Because, yeah, I would agree.
This is what made him a name.
No one's like, Guillermo del Toro's Hellboy.
Right. They're like, oh, Guillermo del Toro did that?
Yeah, exactly.
They're here for Ron Perlman.
That's probably true.
Who I fucking love.
Same. But this was very, very critically acclaimed. As I mentioned at Cannes, it received a 22-minute standing ovation.
Mm-hmm.
It also received a standing ovation at Toronto. It won, as I mentioned, it was nominated for 6 Academy Awards at the 79th Academy Awards.
Mm-hmm.
Best Original Screenplay, Best Foreign Language Film, Best Art Direction, Best Cinematography, Best Makeup, and Best Original Score. And it won Art Direction, Cinematography, and Makeup.
It didn't win foreign language film?
It did not win Foreign Language Film.
What won?
Isn't that surprising? I need to go look. Hang on, I'm going to go
I
look
need to
right
know
now.
who I'm mad at.
The Lives of Others from Germany.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It was about East and West Berlin. I'm surprised it didn't go to Pan's Labyrinth, if I'm being honest.
I'm just saying one film has cultural impact. The other is... What was it called again? No, that was
The
really
Lives
mean.
of
That was
Others.
really mean. I was genuinely asking.
This is also the year that Cars got snubbed for Best Animated Feature Film, so none of it's real.
Wait, what won?
Happy Feet.
That the better movie won.
Hmm.
One, because Cars isn't a good movie.
Actually, that might be true.
Dude,
You know what,
okay, as somebody who's watched Cars like 14 times this year, I agree.
Like, it's fine. It was like the start of the Pixar decline.
But I will tell you, for the audience it's aimed at, my students have never once asked to watch Happy Feet. They ask every goddamn day
That's
to watch
because they're
Cars.
wrong, though. That's
do they
not...
even know Happy Feet exists?
I don't know.
But
They didn't
Feet
know
has
Wally.
Robin
They didn't know
Williams.
Wally existed.
as far as the other movies or the other categories they got nominated for, the Best Writing Original Screenplay went to Little Miss Sunshine.
That's a brilliant movie. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm not mad about that. Best Foreign Film, like I said, The Lives of Others.
Well, I'm sure that's a good film too. I'm being...
Best Music went to Gustavo Santaolalla for Babel, which is not a movie I've heard of, but...
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it. I think that's the guy who did the score for The Last of Us. So if that's the case, that's a good composer.
Yes, he did do The Last of Us. You're right. They won Best Art Direction.
Mm-hmm.
The others nominated in the category were like Dreamgirls, The Good Shepherd, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, and The Prestige.
Oh, Prestige is a really good one.
Mm-hmm. And it won Best Cinematography over The Black Dahlia, Children of Men, The Illusionist, and The Prestige.
Oh, over Children of Men?
Yes.
Okay. Children of Men is crazy cinematography.
It won Best Makeup over Apocalypto and Click.
Oh, because of Adam Sandler in the fat suit?
Yeah. Which I don't know that should have counted, but that's okay.
The right film won.
I would agree.
I think there's arguments for cinematography. I'm happy Pan's Labyrinth won because I like the movie, but there's others where I'm like, I would have been happy if those won.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's as I said, been kind of considered a cult classic.
I think it probably opened the door for you called it a gateway horror film, or I think it's also a gateway foreign language film.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is the 5th highest grossing foreign film in the United States.
I think it helped pave the way for a lot of people to get interested in other language films.
I want to see what the other highest grossing films are. I'm just curious.
I'm trying to think what else came out around that time. And while you're looking that up, I'm just going to make the point where I think you can make the argument that Pan's Labyrinth helped created a new wave of dark fantasy I'm thinking specifically of movies like Coraline that would come out in years later.
Mm-hmm.
I can't prove this. This is just me talking out my ass. But I feel like Pan's Labyrinth existing in some way helped Coraline to exist later. And other, like Paranorman.
Yeah, I could see that.
And unfortunately, the dark Tim Burton remakes of classic Disney movies. Alice in Wonderland.
Okay, so Pan's Labyrinth is not the 5th highest anymore.
But it was at the time.
It is the 6th now. Do you want to guess the top 5?
Is Parasite up there?
Number 5.
So Parasite knocked Pan's Labyrinth out. I thought Parasite was going to be in the top 1, so... Godzilla -1?
Godzilla -1 is 3.
Godzilla -1 just knocked Pan's Labyrinth. So Pan's Labyrinth was higher than 5 at one point.
I mean, it might have been. I was told that it was, from what I'm reading, it was the 5th until recently.
Mm-hmm. So Godzilla -1 must have knocked Pan's Labyrinth out of the top 5. Because Parasite came out in 2019.
Yeah. Godzilla -1 is the most recent in the top 5.
Okay. That... Audition.
No. Damn it. There's 1 from the 90s and 2 from the 2000s left.
Audition was...
I know, but I'm...
Life is Beautiful?
Life is Beautiful is 2.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
People... I almost said people watched that. I didn't mean to...
A lot of people watch that movie, man.
I didn't realize that was like a box office hit.
Yeah.
Is what I meant to say. I thought that was like, oh, I'd watch it. I'll rent it from Blockbuster because it won Best Picture. I didn't realize that. Life is Beautiful is a powerful movie.
I've actually seen the top pick, which I didn't expect. Honestly, I thought I was not going to have.
So when you say the other 2 are from the 2000s, you mean 2000 to 2010?
Yes, like 2000s, not 2010s, not 2020s.
What the fuck came out?
They are both Mandarin movies, if that helps.
That doesn't help. Wait. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Number 1.
Oh, I forgot about that movie for a sec. That movie rules.
That is number 1 by a significant margin. Life is Beautiful is number 2 at 57.2 million. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, 128 million.
That movie rules.
Yeah.
Wow. Memoirs of a Geisha?
No.
Oh. Is that an English-speaking movie?
It is an English-speaking movie.
I don't know why I thought it was actually
I don't know if you're going to get this other one. But you might.
Give me a hint.
It stars Jet Li.
I don't know martial arts films. Jet Li's a martial artist.
Yeah.
I know that.
You're probably not going to get it then.
Okay, what is it?
Hero.
No, I wasn't going to get that.
Okay. Well, anyway. Pan's Labyrinth,
I don't know martial arts.
Still a pretty fucking good film.
I will say this. Martial arts movies are like my biggest genre blind spot.
That's crazy. I love martial arts movies.
I never got into that.
We should do a martial arts month. I don't care. It's not horror.
I feel like that's just a different podcast.
We should do a Back to the Future month.
We
don't even watch the trilogy. We just watch Back to the Future 4 times.
Oh, okay. I was about to say there's not enough movies for a month.
I don't like you guys. You don't ever like my ideas. It's always like, no, Anneliese, that's not horror.
But Little Miss Sunshine isn't horror.
I didn't say Little Miss Sunshine. That movie makes me sad.
Yeah, that is a sad movie. You know what else is a sad movie? Fucking Pan's Labyrinth. What the fuck?
Yeah, sorry.
Also, this movie was your idea. I take your ideas.
Yeah, but you don't like them.
I
You just like them so that you can go, and this isn't horror because it doesn't have all the fancy film things that I know.
What do you mean? I'm like, hey, I'm the pale man. I'm fucking scary as shit.
And I'm not going to tell you what what the language of film is, so you can't help in the future. I'm just going to keep it to myself. I'm going to be secret about it.
So Would You Die had a great run. Who would have thought the
This is-
fucking Pale Man
This is
brought
crazy.
the end?
Anyway, should we talk about our pale manlatives?
Our Opheliatives?
Our labyrinthatives?
Our fascismlatives?
Oh my god. Our Torolatives?
Guillermo-matives?
Nope, you didn't even get it right.
Gamara?
Embarrassing. Embarrassing for you.
Mediocre.
Exactly. Vidalatives.
Doug Jones-latives?
Mercedes-latives.
Ooh. We didn't talk about Mercedes.
She's the goat.
She rules. No, that's the faun.
Ha. His name is Pan. Get
What?
it right.
Well, they should have said that in the movie.
You right.
All right, let's do. Who? I was about to ask you. You ask me. I go first.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Who would you save?
We just did our live episode 2 days ago, and then we both had very packed Sundays, and I think we're all loopy
Oh yeah, absolutely.
because we all worked today.
We're
too.
having a bad time.
I'm having a good time.
I mean, I'm having a good time too, but we're having a bad time in terms of our brains.
yeah. Oh, yes, yes. Who would I save? I would save Ophelia.
Yeah,
She didn't deserve that.
she did.
That was bad.
I would save Carmen, Ophelia's mother.
She's so beautiful.
She's beautiful, and she did not deserve the
Mm-mm.
bullshit that she was put through. Okay, what is your favorite scare?
There weren't that many. I think
Do we want to disqualify Pale Man? Because it's the most obvious.
But
then what am I gonna say?
okay, before we move on, hang on, can I say something?
Yeah.
So, I just found this out. This is just a fun fact that has really nothing to do with the movie, except for the fact that the mom in Pan's Labyrinth, Carmen, the actress who plays her is Ariadna Gill. Ariadna Gill. Do you know who she has been in a relationship with since 2009?
The Pale Man?
No.
Who?
Viggo Mortensen.
Aragorn?
She's in a
Son of
relationship with
Arathorn?
Aragorn, son of Arathorn, since 2009.
That's awesome.
I love that for her.
Did you know that in Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, when Aragorn kicks the helmet, that
He broke his foot. Yeah, I do know that. Thank you, though.
Did you know that Viggo Mortensen is in Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3?
I did know that.
Damn it.
Because you told me.
Oh, fuck. Past Austin.
Sorry.
I don't know. I'm going to say the Pale Man anyways.
Yeah, that's
That
fair.
scene rules.
It does.
And like I said, there's moments of like brutality.
Mm-hmm.
But like a lot of these scenes they don't play like horror to me. They play like a war movie to me. So cinematically, I'm watching this movie through a different lens.
I think for me, the forest scenes feel very reminiscent of gothic horror, which I
Yeah.
think makes sense because that's kind of like Guillermo
Right.
del Toro's bread and butter.
That's
Like
where
it
I think-
feels very Sleepy Hollow to me, which I know you didn't like that movie, but aesthetically,
No, sure. Or like the older gothic movies,
Yeah.
or like Dracula and
Mhm.
the movies Guillermo del Toro loves.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not trying to say this movie isn't horror because I would put this in the horror camp.
Mhm.
But what makes this horror to me isn't the violence. To me, the violence is more like a war movie violence.
Mhm.
Where war movies are, no one's saying Saving Private Ryan is a horror movie, but that movie's fucking hard to watch. That D-Day scene is some of the goriest shit.
Mhm.
But whereas you and I were proponents of horror, and we view horror as very subjective and big, like, of, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of variety in it.
Expansive? I don't know. I can't think of the word.
But you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. Multi-genre, cross-genre.
Right. I don't think a movie being gory makes it horror.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Because Saving Private Ryan,
Mm-hmm.
it's an extremely bloody movie, you know.
Yeah.
But what makes Pan's Labyrinth horror to me is the gothic, the fantasy scene, you know. That's where it becomes a horror movie. And a lot of the violence isn't in the horror scenes, and then vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm having a hard time with the scares, because to me it's not necessarily scary movie as it is a sad movie,
That's
a
fair.
violent movie.
That's fair.
So I'm just gonna be cheap and say The Pale Man.
Fair.
Also, he rules.
Mm-hmm.
How about you? What's your favorite scare?
I'm gonna say my favorite scary moment, which is, again, I think when she is going toward, when she's in the forest about to do the first task.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily think the frog itself is very scary, but
Yeah.
I think, like, the wind in her dress and the bugs in the, I think it's it reminds me very much of, like, James and the Giant Peach for some reason.
Yeah.
And that kind of vibe. So, yeah, I'm going to say that moment. And that kind of stuff creeped me out as a kid, so.
That's fair.
Tony Todd Award for movie MVP.
Doug Jones.
Good one.
Is this our first Doug Jones movie?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Doug Jones. He's one of Guillermo.
Oh, he's The Shape of Water.
Yeah.
He's the shape.
He's the Pale Man. And the Faun.
Yeah, no, I knew that, what he was in this, but I didn't know he was, I'm putting it together.
And he, like, acts, has roles where he isn't in Creature.
Oh, no, he was in Crimson Peak.
I can't remember who he played in
He was one
Crimson
of the
Peak.
ghosts. He was Lady Beatrice Sharp.
That makes sense, because he collaborates with Guillermo del Toro a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
He's beloved in the horror world. Yeah.
He's the Bye-Bye Man.
No.
He is the Bye-Bye Man.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, and he's Billy Butcherson.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's like one of his big ones.
I know Billy Butcherson.
Mhm.
You know
Yeah.
Billy Butcherson.
Yeah, Doug Jones rules.
Yeah.
Like, I was brain farting on some of it, but, like, you know his face.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. He's
He's-
absolutely...
He's in a lot of stuff.
He's dope. He was in the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Anyway, moving on.
Who's your Tony Todd Award winner for movie MVP?
My Tony Todd Award winner for movie MVP. Sorry. Can I say Doug Jones because I found out who he is in Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
You can say Doug Jones,
But
too.
just because he's in Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
I think he's in What We Do in the Shadows. Also, the
That
TV
makes
show.
sense. I think you're probably right.
I think
don't
he plays like the
remember.
old guy and the old vampire in season 1 who wants to party.
Okay. I'm going to say Sergey Lopez.
Captain Vital.
Who plays Captain Vidal, yeah.
I said that so white.
Yeah, Captain Vital. Who are you?
Captain Quesadilla.
He really defied all.
We both can't talk today. Podcasting's hard.
It really is. He really defied expectations with this role because Del Toro met with him and asked him to play Vidal, but in parts of Spain, he was considered kind of a comedic actor and did a lot of melodrama. So a lot of producers told Del Toro, like, you don't know about this because you're Mexican and you're not Spanish, but you're not gonna, like, he's not gonna be able to do this. And Del Toro was like, oh, here's the quote. Producers told him, quote, "You should be very careful because you don't know about these things because you're Mexican, but this guy is not going to be able to deliver the performance." Del Toro replied, "Well, it's not that I don't know, it's that I don't care." And then he did such a good job. So, fuck you.
Guillermo del Toro's a real one. Also,
He really is.
was I talking about with you guys the other day, or maybe I was talking about this on set yesterday, but like comedy actors known for comedy always turn heads when they do drama, and they're so good.
Yeah, we were talking about this because our friends at Sledgehammer Horror brought up
Ken and
the
Ash.
comedic, how like there's a lot of comedic like comedians doing directing right now in the drama and the horror world, and how
like
both of
Curry
them
Barker,
rely
Jordan
on-
Peele,
Yeah.
Zach Rager. Yep.
a lot of it, like both of those genres rely on timing, which is something Jeremy's mentioned as somebody who is a former stand-up, like knowing, like making that connection as well. So yeah, we talked about that like on the way home.
Yeah.
That was cool.
But yeah, and that applies to, like, Steve Carell, always, obviously one of the great comedic actors of he's so good in his dramatic roles. John C. Reilly, same thing. When he does a dramatic role, it's always so good, and he's one of the top comedy actors. So, yeah.
All right.
What's our next?
Has Austin met anyone from this cast?
Do you think I have?
I wouldn't be necessarily surprised if you've met Guillermo del Toro or Doug Jones, but I don't know.
I have not met Guillermo del Toro yet. One day I will, and we will be besties. I feel like we would get along great.
Yeah, he's an icon.
But I have met Doug Jones.
Yay!
Let's go!
Doug Jones!
Was he just wearing the pale face suit and makeup?
That's actually his actual form.
That's just what he looks like. The other face is makeup.
No, Doug Jones, I met him at a horror con, and he was, like, so lovely. And one of the nicest celebrities I've met. And he signed my Shape of Water Funko Pop.
Nice.
But yeah, he's super kind, super cool. And he, like so I'm going to say something crazy. Celebrities are people. And they don't always have, like, you know. But Doug Jones, like, gave us, like, the biggest hugs. And he was just so happy, you know. And it was so, like, celebrities, like most people, tend to don't want their space invaded. So they keep a little. And that's fine, you know. They're people. But Doug Jones, he greeted every person like he'd known them for 10 years.
That's awesome.
It's so he rules. So, but that's the only person I've met for this one. I didn't think there was going to be any, but then Pan's Labyrinth coming in the clutch.
Yeah. Is the score better than Jaws?
No. But I've only seen the movie once, so it hasn't really stuck in my head a bit. It's a good score.
Yeah. I really like the score. The score is done by Javier Navarrete.
Did he do Crimson Peak as well?
He did not.
No, okay, that's someone else.
But he did do The Devil's Backbone. And he's done a lot of. He is Spanish, so he's done a lot of Spanish movies. But he has also done. He does a lot of like horror and dark fantasy and fantasy. So he did. In 2008, he did Fireflies in the Garden, which is like a drama film, an American drama film. He did Mirrors, which is that horror film with Kiefer Sutherland.
I remember that.
And then he did the dark fantasy, I guess maybe it's not dark fantasy, but fantasy movie Inkheart, which is the one with Brendan Fraser.
I don't think I've seen it.
He did The Hole in 2009, which was a 3D dark fantasy horror movie. And yeah, has done like quite a few like little independent flicks here and there. But yeah.
I mean, it's Academy Award nominated score. It's good, you know. I wouldn't say it comes to the Jaws level, but I think if I watch the movie a couple more times or I listen to the score, I think it'd be one I really, really like. But from first listen, I'm like, I feel like I'd recognize the main theme again. Because it helps that Mercedes sings it at some point.
Yeah.
It's like a lullaby for the theme of the movie. I think it fits the movie so well. But I just haven't heard the score enough.
Yeah. There is part of me that wonders if he is related to Indy Navarrete. They have the same last name, but I don't know. I don't think so. But
No.
be kind of cool.
No. No.
No,
No.
no,
No.
no,
No.
no,
Don't do that.
Oh, that's going to be something we do a lot.
I thought we were having a nice recording session.
My bad.
My bad. We don't cut. I can't keep.
So, a fine addition to your collection. We know that you don't own this because you had to pay to rent it.
I may have misspoke earlier.
Oh, no. Did you buy it?
I bought it.
Okay. So
I
you
assumed
do
I'd
own it.
watch this again.
Yeah.
It was $15 too.
That's not too bad.
They're usually like $10.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot.
But here
I
is
never
my
buy those
logic.
movies.
Here is my logic.
Okay. Here's the
Normally
thing.
they're like $3 to rent.
Yeah.
It's gonna be $6 to rent.
That's true. I did rent it for $6.
I bought it for 15
Mm-hmm.
because in my brain mind,
In your brain mind.
I was thinking, if I'm gonna pay $6, I might as well pay the additional $7 so I can watch it. And if I watch it 2 more times, I get my money back.
Yeah.
If I pay for $6, I'm only what? If I watch it 2 more times, it's worth it.
Can I ask you, have you seen the Criterion Collections Blu-ray?
No, I haven't.
It's pretty gorgeous. Do you want to see the cover?
I do. Oh, I'm gonna have to buy this again.
I know. I want it really bad. It's got her in the, like, background. It is Pan and then the 3 fairies surrounding her. It's very, very cool.
I almost asked you who's Pan.
I was about to freak out. I can't.
Freak out.
They freak.
Yay!
All right, gentlemen, get out your Letterboxd reviews, please. Jeremy, did you not do a Letterboxd review even though you were supposed to while we were fucking around?
Yeah,
You've had an hour and 15 minutes.
I agree.
And also yesterday.
What do you mean you agree? That is objectively
I
an hour and
agree.
15
I
minutes.
agree that we've had an hour and 15 minutes. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna have to go last. Hold on.
God.
But that's how... Okay.
Hold on. I can
I'll
do
go
it.
first. It's fine. I gave Pan's Labyrinth 5 stars and a heart. And I said, I didn't see any pans. What was that?
That was my laugh.
You're mean as fuck. Alright. Go ahead, Austin.
Don't hate me. Don't yell at me.
Okay.
Don't judge me.
How far down did you give it?
I gave this 4 stars and a heart.
Thank God. Okay. That's all. That's fine.
I did like it. I didn't love it. The 4
4
stars.
stars is loving it. I don't know what
It's
to
more
tell
of
you.
an objective. But here's
I
my.
didn't like it at all.
Here's.
This is terrible news.
I like the idea of it. I didn't love watching it. But listen.
This is hurting my feelings.
Here's my review.
Okay.
Yo. No one told me this was gonna make me cry. Also, I thought the Pale Man was gonna be in this like way more.
That's funny.
So I think it's gonna be a more subjective 4 stars when I watch this again.
Okay.
But
But you were expecting more Pale Man, and there was.
I was
none.
expecting it to be a more traditional horror movie.
Fair.
And it wasn't. I liked it a lot still, but it was Friday night and I wasn't expecting to be crying in the club.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like, and I like it feels like me giving Jurassic Park 4.5 stars because my viewing experience was just a little bit different than if I were to sit down. You know what I mean? Like I think there's probably a 5-star movie that I gave 4.5 stars because my viewing experience was distracting because of how cool it was, but also, you know what I mean?
Right.
So,
And I also made the mistake of watching The Omen right before Pan's Labyrinth.
yeah.
So I'm in a different like mood and mindset.
Wow.
I would have liked Pan's Labyrinth more watching it before I watched The Omen.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I really did enjoy Pan's Labyrinth. I thought it was a very good movie. I would have liked it more if I wasn't like fucking wiping the tears out of my. I wasn't.
But that's part of what makes it a good movie.
Exactly. Like I'm like it's a good movie, but I'm like I have to be honest and say I thought it was something different. I'm gonna like it even more on a second watch.
Fair. Yeah.
What is your review?
I give this 4.5 stars and a heart.
Right in the middle.
Yep. And I said the moral of the story is don't eat fruit. I think that's what his message was.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
You guys are so silly. Okay, to nobody's shock and awe, there is no supernatural alumni in this one.
I'm not being facetious. I'm actually shocked.
Really?
Doug Jones really
Yeah.
did that. I would be in there. He was in like Arrow.
Yeah, like,
I don't
Doug
think-
Jones did a lot of TV.
Maybe
He was in Buffy.
Yeah, no, I know. Other than that, though, I'm not surprised. Maybe he was. Let me double check. Maybe not.
Yes.
last year.
Other than that, I'm not surprised. I'm just surprised Doug Jones never did one episode.
No supernatural.
That's surprising to me.
That's fair. All right, and our special edition superlatives is: have you been to this country and would you go? So as far as Spain goes, have you been or would you go?
I haven't been. I would love to go.
What would you do in Spain?
Spanish stuff.
Oh, good.
I don't actually know, like, what Spain has to offer other than, like, great food, quality entertainment, beautiful music, sweeping vistas.
Other than that, it's pretty boring. Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. What I'm trying to say is I don't know what the specific shit to do in
No,
Spain
that's
is.
fair.
I just know I'm going to have a great time.
Yeah, I feel like Spain is one of those countries where, like, I feel like it's kind of like France. Because outside of, like, the Eiffel Tower, I feel like France is a place that you go to be in France. And I feel like Spain is a place you go to be in Spain. Like, that's
but
the
even
itinerary.
France has the Eiffel Tower and,
Right.
like, the Louvre. Or, I guess, Paris
Right.
does.
Right.
I would really like to go visit the Sagrada Familia.
What is that?
That is a giant chapel. It is under construction currently and has been for like forever.
Mm-hmm.
But it began construction in 1882. It's a very historical, beautiful, giant, like Gothic chapel.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I happen to think it's prettier than Notre Dame, although I think Notre Dame is one of the prettiest places in the world.
I've been there.
I haven't. I wish I had. But
It's cool.
it had Anthony Gaudí was the chief architect.
He's famous.
He is very famous. And so it was like he was doing the architecture, and then it was interrupted
Mm-hmm.
by the Spanish Civil War. So they had
Makes
to
sense.
put it to the halt. And then it was restarted again in the like early 2000s. And then the inauguration is set for this month to mark the centenary of Gaudí's death. He died in 1926. It is the work is expected to continue until 2034. So like it is an incredibly detailed building.
Wow.
In Barcelona. So that's what I want to go do in Spain.
I'd go to Barcelona. But yeah.
Did you go to Spain?
I mean, yeah. I would go a lot of places.
Spain looks cool.
Spain does look cool.
I just don't know, like you knew about the cathedral.
Cheetah Girls 2 is filmed there.
That's true.
Huh?
Cheetah Girls 2 is filmed there.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Amigas, cheetahs,
But I feel like there's so much to do in Spain.
friends for life.
Like, I'd go for the culture.
And the Amigas cheetahs.
Yes.
Exactly. Thank you. Austin, would you die?
No. Because the pale man would take his pluck his little eyes, put them in his hands, and when he raises his hands to look at me, he would recognize a friend.
Mm.
And then he'd share his food with me.
Mm.
And then we'd have like a montage set to Happy Together, and it's us eating food and children, and
You're gonna eat children?
yeah,
Okay.
and we're gonna stop the fascists.
Okay. I think I would be killed by the fascists. I wouldn't make it.
But what if you were friends
With the
pale man?
fascists?
No, with the pale man.
It's like, Jesus, Austin. I would not be friends with somebody who eats children. Sorry, that's a boundary I have. I would be friends with Pan.
How do you know he doesn't eat children?
I guess I don't. That's true.
He looks like
Hey, no, he doesn't.
he does a little. He was holding a baby and a dagger at the same time, and he was going nom nom.
No, he was like, prick its little finger. And she was like, no, fuck you.
He wasn't gonna prick its finger.
Yeah, he was.
He-
That's what he said.
When she objected.
Not really. Whatever. I don't think he would do anything to hurt a fly. Jeremy, would you die?
I think I would be killed by fascists in Europe during the 40s. I think we're talking about a different fascist regime.
That was a Hitler joke. And that's our third mention of Nazi Germany in this episode.
I
Because
mean,
we
it's
keep
fitting.
talking about Schindler's List.
It's fitting.
Yeah, I agree.
It'd be
Topical.
weird it'd be weird if we were talking about Hitler in the Teen Wolf episode.
I can make it work.
Did you? Maybe you did. Go listen to episode 6 of the podcast and remind us how many times we reference Hitler.
I
in
promise
Teen
you
Wolf.
I didn't talk about Hitler in the Teen Wolf episode. Please stop spreading that egregious lie about me.
We should do a bear month.
Austin, where can the people find you?
The people can find me having lunch with the pale man. I'm going to take him to Sosamicos, and we're going to have a grand old time.
That's crazy.
You can also find me on the socials at Austin on Torres. I usually be on Letterboxd, Insta, and Tweds. Mostly Letterboxd and Insta these days. I kind of fell off. Been busy. You can find us on the show's YouTube channel, where you can listen to this pod and watch my short films like Ice Cream, Spider, and The Blood Witch, as well as a trailer for my upcoming short film, Dietary Restrictions. Speaking of, you can also find our show on Patreon, where for only $3 a month, you can listen to our bi-monthly show, The Godzilla Project, speaking of foreign language films. We also have a monthly bonus episode and a lot of other fun stuff for you guys to read and listen to. And it's a grand old time, only $3 a month.
Mhm.
Tell your friends, tell your fam, tell everybody. Anneliese, where can the people find you?
The people can find me completing 3 mystical tasks so I can resume my rightful place as the princess of the underworld.
Remember who you are.
But in the meantime, you can find me on social media at Whimsawillow. You can find me on Patreon talking about Godzilla and non-horror movies and all that good stuff. Jeremy, where can people find you?
Oh man, you can find me.
He goes last, so he has time to
know,
think of it.
I
when
know.
he
I
gets
just like this.
distracted.
It's hard to think of jokes for this movie.
There's a painfully obvious one for you.
Oh, please do tell.
Where are we finding Jeremy?
Yeah,
Austin?
where is Jeremy gonna be found?
Jeremy can be found accidentally watching the wrong Labyrinth.
Yeah, you can find me watching the 1980s David Bowie Labyrinth, and also at annually on all platforms.
I told you I had a good one.
You did. That was a good one.
Thank you to Jeremy Lippitt for producing our podcast. Thank you so much to Josie Palmer for composing our theme music. You can check out her other music on Spotify and Apple Music. A big thank you to Alec Gibson for our graphics displayed on our social media. He is at Crosshook Creative. You can find out more of his work at wearecrosshook.com. Austin, do you have a hint for the next episode?
I like Twains. Until then, I'm Austin Torres.
And I'm Anneliese Petersberg.
Try not to die.